Hey guys, we are here on a Thursday for Sister Straight Talk. Hello, I'm Molly, that fabulous lady. Oops, wrong way. That fabulous lady is Emily. We are Be Better Together. Why are we Be Better Together? Because when we truly figure out our own unique purposes, joys, challenges, and struggles and share it with other people, we're actually better for it. We're better, you're better, we're all better. So that's why we like to come to you live every week, Thursday, with some Sister Straight Talk, sharing from our own unique life experiences, what we're going through, what we're walking through. Let's share this journey together, and maybe we can all be a little bit better because of it. So here we are again. We got our mugs. We're both so on it. And did you notice that Emily had some new fancy music?
But did you guys notice how... I hope everyone noticed how nice the sound quality was.
I noticed, and I can hardly wait to watch the replay and find out if it's truly noticeable.
I know. I hope it is. I hope it is. I had, for those of you that are loyal followers of Be Better Together, you'll notice that Molly and I recently were talking about the music.
Yeah, this with the music stuff. Yeah.
The highs and the lows of that.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. And so I finally have some solid speakers where the quality of the music is so much better. I feel like if you're just hopping on now and you missed that, you need to hear it. Don't you think so, Molly? I want everyone to tell me if it sounds better than what it sounded like before. Do you mind if I do that again?
Pull the comments up. Go ahead. Tell us if you like it.
And we lost Molly.
I'm back.
I was like, whoa. I didn't wait for you to leave the live. Let us know. Does that sound quality sound like quality?
It sounds like quality to my ears. It's pretty good. Oh, pretty good. I'm getting a lot of pretty good comments.
I'm not sure if it's better because I can't recall. Jamie, go back and listen to some of our lives, I don't know, from a month or two ago, and you'll be like, ooh, yeah,
that's so painful and awkward. Yeah, it'll be like that.
See, getting better is a journey. And today we're going to talk about how you can get better when it comes to burning out.
Don't get better at burning out, get better when not burning out.
And not burning out, yeah. And, we are here to, we are here to hopefully always provide value and share things that we're learning in our journey of becoming better, because we are all works in progress. And Molly and I are here to share that journey with you. And it's not like we've got it all figured out. It's that we are picking ourselves up one day at a time too.
Well, pointing the wrong way.
No. So today we're going to talk about how to overcome burnout. Raise your hand if you've ever been burnt out.
Can I raise 2 and 3 and 4 and 5?
Yeah, drop it in the comments and let us know if you've ever felt burnt out. And
hey, girl.
Be honest. And if you're one of those people that says, no, I've never, I'm just on. My warning to you is it will happen. And when it happens, it's going to happen big.
It will happen, my friend. So I have a friend who's super high energy, fits all the things, all the high quality things into a life and into a schedule. And if you asked her, she would tell you that she's never burnt out. However, burnout does not necessarily mean that you just crash and don't do things. What can easily happen, and what I have watched her do, is that she actually just stops doing those things well while she still currently does them. That passion, that energy isn't there. like the actual physical energy might still be there. The need to still do it might still be there. But inside, like that focus, that passion, that feeling of joy is gone.
Yeah, totally.
That burnout experience as well.
So, so today we're going to start. I have a really a perspective to share, but I also want to start by equating, since I'm a personal trainer. So I want to equate a lot of what I do. I approach it from that mindset of when it comes to recovery, let's equate it to something that we can kind of understand for those of us who exercise or work out, or even if you aren't a person that does, it's a concept that you can understand to understand how it relates to how we are in our day-to-day life. So let's talk about the importance of recovery. And we do not only 40% of Americans.
How cool is it that people tune in from a campground, by the way?
What?
How cool is it that some people tune in from a campground, by the way?
Very cool. Very
cool. Go on with that value thought. I
like knowing that I'm on a campground somewhere, my little voice echoing through the trees. I like knowing that. That's cool. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that only 40% of Americans take their PTO, meaning that most Americans work, and want to save all of their time off. And then they can't ever use their time off because guess what? They are failing in health or just totally burnt out. And so they just crash. And so you don't have good quality of recovery. So let's talk about the importance of recovery when it comes to exercise, because as a trainer, you know, I have been guilty of this in my own life because I have found workouts that I love, that are so fun, and I want to do them all the time. Hit workouts. I love them. And you should not be doing them every day. Just FYI, you should not be doing them every day. Okay. But they're fun. I really, truly enjoy them. And so we oftentimes think that, well, if a little exercise is good, then a lot of exercise is better. This is not true. And I'm not going to go into all.
CrossFit addict here, preaching to the choir over here.
I'm not going to go into all the science of it. That could be another sister straight talk. But let's talk about the recovery time that a muscle needs. So a muscle needs anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to repair and rebuild. And working it again too soon simply leads to tissue breakdown instead of building.
Can you explain to our lovely people what tissue breakdown means?
Mm-hmm. So when you exercise and you lift weights, the way that a muscle grows is because by the act of lifting a weight, you actually tear the muscle. And then the muscle has to repair and rebuild. The rebuilding process is how you get that muscle definition and your muscles get bigger. You cannot constantly tear it down, or it's always going to be in that state of recovery, and your muscles never have a chance to rebuild, repair, and get bigger and stronger. And
so what does that feel like if you have a muscle that's in a constant state of disrepair? How would you know? It just doesn't look toned. It never gets toned. Or I know that word isn't your favorite, but.
Well, yeah. So this can display itself in a lot of different ways. So one way is that you might, when you work out, you might feel, you know, that feeling of just not being on today, as though you should have taken a rest day, but no days off. Who's guilty of that? No days off. I've been guilty of that. And you know that you should have. That's usually an indication that you should have taken that day off, or just sore all the time. And then the other thing is you might be working out all the time, but you might not notice definition in your muscles. You might look at somebody else and be like, how are they so toned? How do they have so much definition in their muscles? And I work out all the time. And then you ask them and they're like, oh yeah, I just work my upper body 2 days a week. What? I work my upper body every single day of the week. Why do I not look like that? More is not always better. So since we're talking about strength training, this means that you should never work out the same muscle groups 2 days in a row. This is counterintuitive for how a lot of us work out. Hi, Tula. This is counterintuitive because
she just looked at me.
So this can be counterintuitive to what it feels like we should be doing. And it feels like we're being lazy if we take a day off. There's something called active recovery. And active recovery doesn't mean that you sit on the couch all day, but it means that you're still moving your body, maybe going for a walk or an easy bike ride or doing yoga or something where you're still moving your body, but you're actively recovering. And it doesn't mean that you go hard with the same intensity every single day of the week back to back, because you are literally never giving your body a chance to rebuild, repair, and do what the muscle needs to do to actually benefit your body by providing more tone, that word that I hate, definition. And we've said this before, but as a reminder, every pound of muscle that you have burns about 50 calories a day, approximately, just for being there. And so if you're constantly tearing down your muscle can never rebuild, and you're not getting more muscle, and you're not creating the space for your body to be able to burn more calories more efficiently while you're just sitting on the couch later at night. Okay, so let's talk about excessive exercise, heavy training at every session, or a lack of rest days, and the fact that it will limit your fitness gains from exercise and undermine your recovery effort. So that concept of more is not better is so true, because if you notice, there is something that is that happens to your adrenal functions, that happens to your body down the road. You can get away with this for a long period of time, but down the road, you're going to start to notice a breakdown in your body's ability to recover, and that will start to affect every area of your life. And so now let's talk about how this concept applies. I couldn't think of the word apply. It's right on the screen. Applies to recovery in all aspects of life. Am I making sense to you guys?
Yeah, let us know. Smash that heart button if you've ever felt burnout. Maybe you relate to what Emily's sharing right now about working out, muscle fatigue. I know a lot of you all really follow Emily and are fitness enthusiasts and love the meal plans and the structure and dialing in your results. I love that heart. I love seeing that heart. And I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, a lot of you really relate to the muscle burnout feeling. And I think that I just learned something. I've been involved in the fitness world, not in the same capacity as Emily, but involved in this world for a long time. And I still have never heard it explained quite so succinctly. And I created a schedule for myself where I work out this kind of workout this day and this kind of workout this day. Here's what I find that I do. I think this workout just doesn't feel hard enough for me. It doesn't feel like it's working the muscle area that I'm particularly interested in toning right now. And so what I end up doing is sort of pushing myself 2 or 3 days in a row with kind of the same caliber or style of workout. And inevitably what happens, I was just having this thought yesterday, I crash and I just can't even with my workout that day. I'm just so fatigued. I'm not replenished enough. I forgot to take my recover, redo my aminos, electrolytes, all the things that I preach, right? I forgot to do. I don't take care of myself. I'm a mom, right? And then I'm just not made for this. I just can't do this. I'm just not designed. My body's not designed to do these kind of workouts, right? But it's because I was diminishing the importance of having a yoga day when really that's what I needed. And so I know a lot of you will really relate to that, but here's where it applies to our everyday lives. This is the really good stuff where you can take this, what you do with your body and working out, take this mindset, because not everybody loves fitness. Not everybody loves working out. That's okay. You do you, but we all burn out and we all experience burnout. So Emily, why don't you share with us how this theory of what happens to our muscles happens to our brains and our emotions when we don't take time to recover from our actual lives?
Yeah. Okay. I love that. So there is a podcast that I like to listen to, and there was a snippet that Brendan Bouchard shared, which I think is so relevant to what we're talking about today. And I'm not going to
go ahead and tag anybody in your life if you think that they would get some value from this.
Okay. Yes. I don't know, the way that you said it, I felt like there was something more coming, and then there wasn't. Okay.
Come in. I'm all ADD.
Oh, good. I love that. Okay. So Brendan Bouchard I'm assuming most of our audience has heard of him, but he is an extremely successful, New York Times bestselling author. He's known as the world's leading high performance coach. He's written, multiple books. High Performance Habits is what he's known for, and he leads these workshops, and he's amazing, right? So he was having one of his workshops in one of his live in-person sessions, which I've never been to. I imagine it's very awesome and transformational. But in this podcast that I listened to, they just had a snippet from it. And so I'm going to tell you the story that he shared on this podcast. And I'm going to get this person's name wrong, so I apologize to this person. His name was, I think, Vahit. I am so sorry. I don't remember, and I did not write it down. I'm going to call him Vahit. So Vahit came up during the Q&A time and asked Brendan, Vahit, if you're listening and this is your story, I am sorry, because I know that's not your name. And I'm blanking on your name right now, and I'm bad at game. So anyways, we'll call you Vahit. You came up to the mic and you asked Brendan during your Q&A session. His question was, hey, Brendan, these sessions, these conferences, they're so transformational. I leave here, I'm so motivated. I'm so inspired. I implement these high performance habits into my life, into my day. And I am so consistent with them for about 4 months. And then after about 4 months, I start to forget a day of, waking up and doing my journaling. And then, there's some ritual things that Brendon Burchard has for high performance habits. And and then one day becomes 2 days, and then 2 days becomes 3 days. And then, I just basically get lazy, and Netflix sounds more interesting. And I start just not doing the things that I know I need to do. And his question to Brendan was, how can I fix this about myself? And how can I be more consistent? That was what he really wanted to know. How can I be more consistent? Raise your hand, smash the heart button if you've ever felt this way. If you feel like, oh my gosh, yes, you can smash it. I am Vahit. That is me. And I'm raising my own hand because I have absolutely been Vahit in my life, where I feel like I have been so good, so productive, so consistent. And then all of a sudden, I just don't feel like it anymore. And I beat myself up for being lazy. I call myself lazy, and I get really down on myself for not being as productive, not doing the things that I know I need to do to start my day. Let me know if this is you. Is this you? And so Brendan responded to that question, and he did the same thing I'm saying to you guys. He's turned to the audience as he was asking the question and said, raise your hand if anyone else has ever felt this way. Everybody raised their hand. He's like, yeah, Vahit, you're not alone. Other people have felt this way. And he said, what do you think is going on here? He was like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just being lazy and just don't know how to be consistent. And Brendan said, what if it wasn't that? Mm-hmm. And Vahit was like, what do you mean? He said, what if it wasn't that you were lazy? Mm-hmm. What if it's that you're burnt out? Mm-hmm. He was like, what? He's like, Brendan said, you're telling me that for 4 months straight, you crush it. You show up every day. Yeah. You're crushing it every day. He said, do you know how many people in this world wish they had a Vahit who worked for them, who was in their life, who was their partner, who was their father, who was their something? You're telling me that for 4 months you crush it, and then you just
can't even
anymore. He said, Vahit, you don't need to be more consistent. You don't need to tell yourself that you're lazy. You need a day off is what you need. You need a vacation is what you need. And so what I want us to think about, like that statistic that I first started with, and the fact that the majority of Americans don't even use their PTO. Brendan said to Vahit, so he's an engineer, he said, this is what you need to start doing. You need to start graphing for yourself your cycles of energy and your cycles of consistency so that you can start knowing for yourself when your burnout is going to happen, so that you can prevent it, so that instead of having 2 days turn into 3 days, turn into 4 days, turn into 5 days of total crash and burn, nothing. You need to graph your chart so you get a vacation. You get maybe a day off, 2 days off, 3 days off, whatever it is, so that you can graph it so that you don't get to the end of your career and all of a sudden you have no health, you have no energy, you have no anything. So you've worked so hard, you've killed yourself for so many years that now it's 4 to 5 months of recovery time that you need. And that recovery time might be in the hospital or something even worse to recover because you have worn yourself down so much. And so this is the question, really. When you think about recovery, do you feel like you're being lazy? Mm-hmm. And my question for you is, are you lazy or are you burnt out? Mm-hmm. Are you lazy or are you burnt out? Mm-hmm. What's up, Carrie? You know the answer to that because some people really are lazy. Some people really are lazy.
Yeah.
But if you are the heat and you know that you work so hard and you show up and you get it done consistently, and then you kind of start to lose that motivation, maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you're burnt out. Maybe you just need a vacation.
And let's entertain the idea that doing things perfectly every single day might not actually work for you. What if you could stretch out your consistency to 6 months and take an annual every 6-month vacation because you have a rest day built in every week? Yeah. Like, what's wrong with that?
Like a true rest day. You know, because I'm guilty of this. My rest days are the days.
She is a workaholic, my friends. So she is literally a workaholic.
Oh, yes.
So she can literally
I'm not a workaholic as much as I am a busyaholic. You know, I always need busyaholic. I just coined a new phrase. It's not always work that I'm doing, but I'm always busy doing something productive. It could be, you know, cleaning, tidying, taking care of this, that, or the other thing. I mean, there's a million things to do. So I never allow myself time for true recovery because even my day off, I feel guilty if I'm not taking care of the other, 10 to 20 items on my to-do list. And I feel like it was a wasted day if I didn't get anything done.
Yeah.
So are you a busyaholic?
Yeah. It's such a great question. And I absolutely adore the way Brendan phrased it. What if that's not true? Because that's kind of the go-to thing that I've been learning to talk to my negative self-talk now. Because we like to identify and label ourselves as being bad or lazy or unsuccessful. We say these words to ourselves. Mm-hmm. And anytime you ask your brain a question like that, anytime you say that to yourself, your brain's going to agree with you because that's what it's wired and designed to do. It's not going to disagree with you. But if you learn to ask it a better question, like, what if I'm burned out? Then that could be true too.
Yeah.
What if I need Sundays off every week? Okay, yeah.
What if I need a real Sunday off and not
a real Sunday
meal prepping all day? I mean, that's important, but that's not a day off.
It's not a day off.
Yeah.
What if you could bring a better version of yourself, a more qualified, energized version of yourself? If you actually took that time and built that into your life and respected it and gave it the credibility that it deserved. Mm-hmm. What if the rest of your days were that much better because of it?
100%. What if? 100%.
So we don't want you all to go through your life condemning yourself for not being successful enough or not having the same energy as somebody else or this or that or the other thing. We want you to experience your life in the fullness of joy and personal fulfillment that truly living can bring when you learn to stop diminishing the things in life that actually give us the energy to live.
Mic drop right there. Boom.
So let us know if this is resonating with you. Let us know where you're at in this journey. And if you need any more tools and resources to help you along in this path, because we have that for you.
Mm-hmm. We sure do. And we have it for you because we've been there, done that. We've been there, done that. And hopefully a little bit of what we share with you guys here on Thursdays is all about helping you learn a little bit so that you don't have to maybe make some of the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Like when I was talking about exercise, I've definitely overdone it. I've definitely not given myself recovery. I've definitely burned out. I've definitely done all the things I was talking about at the very beginning. If you're just hopping on and watching, go back and watch the replay. Shared about some facts about recovery and exercise, very basic stuff. But, I definitely early on in I still do it now just because you feel guilty for doing it another way. Also, this is a totally different topic, but not all exercise needs to be sweaty and exhausting to be effective. And that's not necessarily an indication that it was an effective workout. You can leave a workout and not have broken any sweat at all, and it could have been a tremendously effective workout. And so that's a whole other conversation, but you don't always have to exhaust yourself. Don't define success as a feeling of exhaustion. Don't define success as a feeling of exhaustion. Don't do that.
You should define success, whether it be workouts, just your purpose in life, taking care of people, whatever. I think you should be able to define that with a feeling of satisfaction or joy, not exhaustion. Emily's making a new banner right now.
I totally did. Yeah. So that's really what we wanted to share with you today. We just wanted to keep it keep it straight, keep it real, and just share some thoughts with you as we are approaching what, the weekend? The summer? Yeah. But anything, as we're approaching the rest of our lives, we just wanted to share some perspective from you for you. And hope that, as always, it provides value. What am I saying right now? Okay. That's all I had.
That's what we had for you. Coming to you straight. The twins are bringing it to you straight on Thursday. These are our thoughts, not yours. As always, let us know if it provided anything authentic to you today in your journey. If not, don't leave a comment. We don't know that.
Yeah, if you really liked us today, I've been Emily, that's been Molly. We're Sister Straight Talk. If you didn't enjoy it, we're somebody else
We're nobody. We're nobody to you. It doesn't matter. Go drink your coffee. Have a nice life. We still love you. Oh my gosh.
We really appreciate you.
We're getting a little giddy and silly right now. I blame the humidity here in Michigan. What's your weather like, Emily?
Oh, it's not humid at all. It's like 60 degrees and cool.
Blah, 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 blah. It's perfect, Molly. The mountains are perfect. The summers here are paradise. Can you even, people? Can you even?
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, that's all we got for you today.
That's all we got. Unless you want to keep watching.
I'm going to cue up the music and then you do the broadcast, okay?
Oh, great. I got it. And we love you too, girl. Yeah, I know, because you're in the same place I am. We're feeling the same thing right now. We're close enough.